Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Monday, December 2nd, 2024, pre-market report. Going to be fun and lovely, people, as always is. So we got some nations here responding to President Trump's, or soon-to-be, President Trump's threats on more tariffs. And we specifically heard from Russia, with this whole issue with BRICS nations sidestepping the dollar here. Look, man, get with the freaking program. The world does not want the dollar anymore. And it's insanity, in my view, for any person to feel as if they can force the world to participate in this scheme of the Federal Reserve. You have to understand, anyone that stands in defense of the dollar is defending the Federal Reserve System. What else would you expect in this kind of an environment? The United States is being destroyed from within. From within. And if you think for a nanosecond that this is going to change over the next few years, obviously you've been duped on a grand scale. More deceptions, more lies, more distractions, more look here, don't look over there. Anyway, we'll talk about the world so far response and the BRICS response to Trump's threat of massive tariffs on, stay in that dollar, support the Federal Reserve, or I'm going to... They're laughing. I'm just going to give you a heads up. The world's laughing right now. And I think it's completely insane. We got to get rid of this Federal Reserve System, not boost it. And what would you expect from a person, a selectee, who has chosen to make the United States the crypto capital of the world, not the constitutional money capital of the world? You know what that means? For those of us that are in crypto, we're winning. Are you watching XRP? If you bought XRP when I bought it, when I told you just recently, you've gained about 400% on your investment. Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? And for those of you that keep missing the boat on cryptocurrency because Trump used to hate it, but now he loves it, and again, we're becoming the crypto capital of the world, you're going to lose too, unfortunately. Actions speak louder than words. And the current environment is pretty obvious. The United States has become nothing but an import nation that exports inflation and propaganda to the world and to its own people. And that's why people have no idea what's going on. They don't know which end is up, down, inside, or out anywhere. But that's not you and me. You and me, we're going to stick to our plan. In my opinion, we are freaking invincible, and we are always stronger together. With that, thank you to those of you that do step up to the plate and support my work. On the first of every month, I ask you to support my work. $5 is all I ask for. You know how many of you actually do that? Maybe a couple of hundred. It's unbelievable. But for those of you that do step up and support my work, I want to thank you all for doing that. We got each other's backs always. And that's just the way. If you do feel like supporting my work, you still have the opportunity to do that. There are links in the description of this video. Anyway, so on the economic front, number one, right off the bat, housing affordability here in the United States just hit yet a new all-time low. But that's how strong our economy is. We're doing so great. This mechanism here, even if we get more suppressed rates for now, or even negative rates, it's not going to change the environment. We're being destroyed from within. The world today is being destroyed from within because we are forced to live under the rulership of a central bank. And President-elect Trump wants the world to exist under the rulership of the Federal Reserve. Again, if you defend the dollar, you're defending the Federal Reserve. You understand that? For those of you that think the Fed's going away because Trump is selected. You gotta be kidding me. When's it gonna take to wake some of you people up, man? So anyway, look. Before we move on to some more stuff here, we got people. Look, this is just nuts. This market, this stock market, we don't get pullbacks anymore. We don't get corrections anymore. It's all the promise of easy money or even negative rates. The economy has no connection to reality at all. Again, the gap between the market and the economy is we're already off the charts. You knew this from 10 years ago. That's where it was going to go. So stock futures this morning, at the time I am doing this, is pretty much flat across the board. Opening bell doesn't go off for about 29 minutes. Okay, NASDAQ catching a bid. Lovely. Cryptocurrencies. Look at XRP. People, to say the least, you and I, who have been in this crypto spot for a very long time, we have so ripped the face off of this market, the crypto space, it's not even funny. And we're not done. And for those of you that still think it's going to zero, I'm still waiting. Let us move forward here. Oh, real quick. Gold and silver under a little pressure right now. And people, look, man, you guys and girls got to start getting with the program a little bit. I have spoken about why commodities are going to remain under pressure for months. Okay. Now, here's how this is going to work. Commodities are real things. We all know that. Commodities eventually are going to explode to the upside, no doubt about it. But what's happening right now? The mechanism here is risk on. The market is foaming at the mouth, thinking about more easy money being pumped into it. The possibility here of a negative rates. So what does that do? That opens up a window for cash to make its way into the stock market or risk assets. And the stock market has no connection to reality, just like nothing else here. Just like the world, like being forced to make the Federal Reserve stronger by using the dollar. That's what Trump's all about right now. Making the United States the crypto capital of the world and making the Fed even stronger than he did during his last tenure. You tell me, which president was it in the history of the United States which did all he could to make the Federal Reserve stronger, not weaker, during his last tenure? Yes, it was President Trump. Biden doesn't even compare. Neither did the other freak, Obama-Stein, creature vomitous mess that it was. Three freaks here, these three of them. But Trump has done more so to vault the Fed to the pinnacle of power than any other president in the United States history. And now he wants to force the world to stay in the dollar. You think that makes the Fed stronger? Oh, it makes it weaker. I'm laughing. I just can't handle it because it's just too freaking stupid. So anyway, the mechanism here is going to be, as I've been telling you people, commodities are the place to be. You all know that. But for now, the game remains in cryptocurrency, the crypto president, the Bitcoin president. We're going to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. And what's missing here? Making the United States the constitutional money, capital of the world. If that were the case, Trump wouldn't be telling the world that you better stay in that dollar or else. He doesn't want the United States as the constitutional money system. Trump was put in here to help destroy the United States from within, not to help us get anywhere, people. And you're going to wake up to that fact sooner than you think. Trust me on this one. All right? The whole system is going down. It's an incredible thing. But anyway, that's just where we're going. But you and I, we're going to stay on top of this, man. There ain't no way out. Now, I want to show you something else. This is pretty profound. This is the Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, the MMRI from this morning. Look at this. It's playing out, people, exactly like the projection I sent to all of you on the 8th of last month. It's playing out to be that. What does this mean for you and I? Let's forget about the Trump-Steins, the freaking creatures, the Federal Reserve, those that support the Fed, Trump-Stein, and everybody else here. All right. What we got to do is look out for ourselves. This here tells us a few things. This rollover here. We had this insane sell-off in the debt market. Still didn't affect the stock market. Stock market's going up, 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 record high. No less than 52 record highs this year alone for the S&P 500. Meanwhile, our economy's in free fall. You think that's going to change? No. The faster the economy goes down, the higher the market's going to go. Now, that brings us back to this. As this rolls over, and I think this trend is going to continue here, this means more cash is going to make its way into the stock market. However, we need a drop. We need this stock market to fall, people. Again, it's insanity. We don't go anywhere except higher anymore. Again, the promise of easy money, the corporate agenda being fulfilled, slashing corporate taxes, pushing wealth up to the 1% and 2%ers, which is exactly what's going to happen as we move forward, more so than you could possibly believe. That means it gets sucked right out of you guys and girls. This mechanism is going to vault the stock market to highs you're not going to believe moving forward. Again, the disconnection from reality, well, we're here now. But if you think you've seen it all, you haven't. As this rolls over, this means risk on is going to get even greater, meaning more cash going into the stock market, commodities will underperform. How can I tell you this another way, those of you who keep asking me this? But it gives you opportunity to stock up on commodities, people. Silver is Greg's favorite asset of all time, regardless of what's going on here in the crypto space, and XRP putting on insane gains as of late. It still remains commodities for the long run. Are we on the same page? I think we are. This tells us here, as this rolls over, commodities will become more on sale as the market goes higher, as debt balloons. There's no way. I want you to understand something, okay? So I want you to, first of all, pay attention to this. It's free to you. Link in the description of this video. Watch what's going to happen. That means as the MMRI drops, the economy is going to drop faster. And that means the stock market is going higher. Again, we're being destroyed from within. Support the Federal Reserve, world, because that's what Trump wants you to do. He wants you to stay in the dollar. Imagine our shock. I told all of you from how long ago the Fed would get an ally to sit behind the Resolute desk. It looks like they sure got the ally they wanted. The market got the guy that it wanted. The crypto space, the crypto whales, the 1% and 2%, they all got the guy that they wanted. You think you got the guy you wanted? It can't possibly be true. Anyway, let us move forward here. So this is Canada, Mexico, and China responding to some threats here from our illustrious Donald Trump here. No one will win. Canada, Mexico, and China respond. So Mexico's President Sheinbaum told reporters that neither threats nor tariffs will solve the migration phenomenon or drug consumption in the U.S., basically saying that we're all drug addicts. China, a spokesman for China's embassy in Washington, D.C., told BBC, no one will win a trade war or a tariff war, and China will respond appropriately. Imagine our shock. The leaders of Canadian province suggested that they would impose their own tariffs on the U.S. Sounds like we're going in the right direction, doesn't it? Now, Kremlin. The Kremlin responded to its threat. Trump said, you better stay in the dollar or else. You better stay in the dollar, you BRICS nations, you bastards. How dare you try to circumvent the dollar? How dare you try to weaken the Federal Reserve? The Federal Reserve will remain at the top of the pinnacle of power, and I will make sure, Donald Trump, will make sure that the Fed is stronger than ever at the end of my tenure, for which it will be. So, Moscow, the Kremlin said, well, this was this morning, Monday, that any U.S. attempt, you're going to love this, any U.S. attempt to compel countries to use the dollar will backfire. More and more countries are switching to using their own national currencies in trade, and according to Russia, this will not change. If the U.S. uses force, as they say, economic force, to compel countries to use the dollar, it will further strengthen the trend of switching away from the dollar to other national currencies. I think they're dead on here. Imagine we got a guy here now who's going to support the Fed even more so than he's ever done before. I'm shocked, aren't you? No, of course we're not shocked. You knew this was going to happen because I told you. I said the Fed was going to get an ally, and that's exactly who they got. The dollar is beginning to lose its appeal as a reserve currency for a number of countries. So here we have Russia responding that they're pretty much laughing at an attempt by Donald Trump to compel nations to use the dollar. Stay in that dollar or else. I want the Fed stronger. If you think you're going to weaken the Federal Reserve on my watch, this is what Trump is saying, well, you're not. It's not going to happen. But the world is laughing. Again, the United States is a failed state, and we're going to fail further. You think I like saying that? Living here in the United States, being a United States citizen? Absolutely not. But the fact of the matter is we are being destroyed from within. It's going to happen even faster moving forward. Just get hip to all that. You understand? So anyway, no surprise. How many of you are surprised to hear this response from the Kremlin, basically laughing at the United States? How about here? We got Canada, Mexico, and China, basically all telling you we're all drug addicts. which we are. We're all addicted to prescription drugs, not me or you, okay? This is a nation of zombies, unfortunately. China said, of course, they will respond appropriately. We knew that was coming because we already heard from them. And Canada said the same thing, that they will be imposing their own tariffs. How's that going to work out for you? Well, don't take my word for it. The illustrious Elon, second in command, Vance is gone, said you will suffer. Well, he's the richest guy in the world. You will suffer, but you have to, because we're going to get better after you suffer. Don't take my word for this. Look up what Musk, creature thing, vomitous mask, puke Satanist said to you. You're going to suffer, but you have to suffer, because your suffering is going to be better after you suffer. Make it up! Make it up! You think I made that up? Maybe you should look it up for yourself. Anyway, so how many of you surprised here that home affordability here in the United States has now cratered even further? You think this is going to change as the world is forced, you are forced to stay in Federal Reserve notes? Oh, no, no, no. Or cryptocurrency. Anything. Anything but gold. Stay in the dollar. Rest of the world. I am Donald Trump, and I promise that you're going to stay in the dollar. I'm going to tariff the living hell out of you because I want to support the Fed. Yeah, you're going to be forced to stay in the dollar as other nations are forced to stay in the dollar. Cryptocurrencies is a good alternative too, but not gold. Anything but gold. I love you guys and girls so much, man. But you guys get it, man. It's too funny. It's too funny. We should be laughing just like the rest of the world is here. At this circus act, clown show that we have here in the United States. You can't make it up. But again, you and I, what are we going to do? We're not going to change. We're going to buy every freaking dip that comes along in this market. As long as the MMRI continues to roll over. As a matter of fact, we've been buying all the way. But we're going to keep on buying, people. Where did I put it? What did I put it? I showed you. The MMRI. It's rolling over, man. Look at that. Look at that. Just as we said it would do, it looks like it's doing. It's epic. Epic. This is opportunity you can't believe. Opportunity not just to buy the stock market on every single dip. Opportunity, obviously, people, you need some cryptocurrency in your freaking, in your portfolio. If you think XRP is done here, no, it's just beginning. XRP, just beginning. The rest of the crypto space, just beginning. You haven't seen anything yet with regard to the crypto president, what he's going to do to the United States and destroy us from within further than we are now, as the world laughs at us. We buy commodities across the board. We buy the stock market here, people. We buy cryptocurrency, period. Sound about right to you? I can't wait to read the comments, because you're gonna hear from some very interesting people who still remain locked in some kind of a delusion. They can't see the fact that they have a president, select, not elect, who wants you in that dollar, who wants the world in that dollar, so they can make the Fed he can make the Fed even stronger. They got the greatest spokesperson they could ever want in the history of the world right now, the Federal Reserve, and they're loving every second of it. Love you all as well from the heart. People, again, thank you for supporting my work. I really appreciate it. If you feel like doing that, there is a link in the description of this video. Well, that's for $5 a month. $5 stinking dollars a month. I do appreciate those of you, honestly, who support my work. If you can, I get it. I still got your back anyway. Don't even worry about it. If you can support my work, I'd appreciate it. All right? Love you from the heart. I will see you later. 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern. What do you understand what's going on? Finally, are some of you waking up? Wakey time? Maybe wakey time? Maybe not. It's not going to change. We're still in a full-blown liquidity crisis. This thing is going to get monumentally worse. The economy is going to free fall faster. And I think because of Trump's threat, you don't negotiate via threats. Threats are when someone threatens you, they're threatening you from a point of weakness. You understand? If you're in a position of strength, there's no need to threat. Do you understand that? Do you understand what I'm talking about? When you hear a politician, in this case Trump, threatening the world, you realize what he's revealing to the world, right? I am weak. I am impotent. That's what really he's saying to the entire world here. Does that sound about right to you? If you're in a position of power, tell Greg Mannarino why you need to threaten anyone. Make sense? Love you all from the heart. I'll see you later, 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern for the live stream, people. We got this. Let them play their games. We're going to play ours. Until we meet again, take care of yourselves and take care of each other.